Women think that living paycheck to paycheck means they don't earn enough money. 17 years in the financial industry and watching people's spending habits and actually watching my own, I've noticed something. The difference between a woman who is financially free and financially stressed all comes down to one simple word: no. The hard part is actually saying it. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 specific situations that a woman needs to say no in order to maintain her financial stability. And I'll be curious which one you think is actually the most important. Let me know in the comments. The first thing a smart woman says no to is consumerism. She understands that we are all part of a system that is designed to keep us on the hamster wheel, unfortunately, and that there's more to life than just waking up, going to work, coming home after work, having 3 hours to yourself, going to bed, and doing it all over again until we die. She knows she doesn't need more things to make her feel good. What she actually does is she focuses on things that are a priority to her. She aligns her finances strategically, which is something that I teach in my workbook, and you can get on the waiting list in the description below. Everything else she does is to help her feel her highest and best. It doesn't always have to mean spending money. She's not out there trying to get the newest car, the biggest house, take the fanciest vacations, unless that is one of her actual priorities, where it's like she's done the work and her soul says, this is something that's actually truly going to make me happy deep, deep down. Ever since I was a very young girl, I remember watching cartoons and seeing ads. I would see the newest Barbie accessory and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to have that. And I remember asking and begging my parents for a Barbie dream house. That was something that I really wanted. Well, I've gone over to my friends' houses when I was a little kid and I played with their Barbie dream house. I don't have memories of actually doing that, but I'll tell you what I do remember. I grew up pretty poor and my mom actually hand crocheted me Barbie dresses. On top of that, she taught me how to crochet. That's been my old lady hobby for a long time, but I have to tell you, it was so meaningful for me knowing that my mom did something so that I wouldn't feel left out, and I would spend hours dressing my Barbie dolls, and I just loved picking out all the pretty dresses that she would make for me, and I just have those memories so clearly even to this day. That was a story that I had to tell myself and remember, because as a child and growing up through your adult life, you are programmed to want to buy things. Society tells you to do certain things. A smart woman knows she can be part of the system and not be in the system. So here's the challenge. What actually matters to you? Is it something that's coming from my family or something that is expected of me? Is it something that I think my neighbors are gonna love and that makes me look cool? Or is this something that I actually truly want? Is actually truly gonna make me feel good for a long time and make me feel fulfilled at a deep level? Part of being intentional and aware, there's going to be a lot of people as you start to earn more money that are going to have their hands out. And I have to tell you, I've had this situation happen to me. One of the things a smart woman does is she has to say no to other people. And this includes her family that she loves very much and a lot of her friends. The thing that I tell my tribe is that you have to take care of yourself financially before you can take care of other people. You cannot rescue someone until you rescue yourself first. It could be a biblical thing as well, where you teach someone how to fish, you don't give them fish, because at the end of the day, you know that you don't actually want people relying on you, but you're generous, you're compassionate, you care, and you want the people around you to do well, but you know that you're not able to give money to every single person. Everybody is ultimately responsible for themselves at the end of the day. I think this is going to be the hardest one. She needs to make sure she's financially taken care of first. I don't make the rules. That's just the way it goes. I fly a lot and I travel a lot for work, so I get the speeches on the airplane all the time, is that you put your mask on first, then you help other people. Those rules apply with finances as well. The way to say no to other people is straight up, I don't help, financially, but I'm more than willing to give you advice, my insight and my input. I can put gas in your car. I can buy you groceries. As soon as that crosses the line into where I feel like I'm being used, I feel like I'm a piggy bank, then that becomes an issue for me. And so a smart woman understands her finances are hers to grow. And if she wants to help and if she's able to help, then she can do that. Understanding that everybody is on the same path, they're still responsible for their own finances and their own decisions. This might mean telling your kids no for something that they want and encouraging them to go out and try to earn money, have a bake sale, sell cookies, sell lemonades, go and mow lawns around the neighborhood. It gives them something to do and helps them work on something. And I'm not saying send them out there alone. Of course, you want to monitor them and make sure they're safe, but it's encouraging them and getting them to see that with their own effort, they can actually go out and make money and get the thing that they want. And I guarantee you they will value that item so much more because they had to work for something versus you go out and you spend all this money to go buy them something, they use it for a week and then it's trashed or it's lost or it's broken. This might also look like saying no to your friends. If they like to go out and go drinking all the time and you're on a budget and you have all their goals in place, you might have to tell them no. You can tell them your financial goals. Hopefully they would be supportive of it. Of course, they're going to miss you. Make cocktails at home instead, or maybe you want to go out for a coffee date instead of an expensive dinner and drinks night. You can actually have a lot more fun and be really creative doing different things that don't cost a lot of money. And going back to, saying no to family or friends, my whole thought process is I want to teach them. I'm not going to be around forever. Something could happen to me tomorrow, for example. If they're so reliant on me to give them money and be an extra source of income, they're going to be in a lot more trouble if I'm no longer here. I'm not planning to go anywhere, but that's the thing I want to leave behind, is making sure people can take care of themselves and not relying on other people, because there's a saying, if you give someone the power to feed you, then you give them the power to starve you. And so I always want the women in my tribe to be independent and successful and self-reliant, and understand that it's also good to say no, and it doesn't have to feel guilty. It does not make you a bad person to say no to someone who's asking for money, and then encourage them to find other means of support until you're at the place where you're actually able to help them financially and you're not expecting to get that money back, or you don't need that money for some other reason, and that you can be set up as a source of maybe even generational wealth one day. But you're not going to get there if you keep giving it away. There's so many stories, and I don't have a specific one. NBA players and NFL players, everybody is asking for money. You're taking them out to dinner, you're buying them cars, you're buying them houses, and then when their bodies give out on them and they can no longer play, they're often retiring very young in life, and then they don't have any income streams for themselves, and they end up in situations where they would have been better served, helped them with jobs and opportunities, and helped them get on their own feet and set themselves up for success, instead of just being the person who's giving them fish and not teaching them how to fish. I hope that makes sense and lands well. Every dollar that she has a job, and it does something for her. A smart woman says no to the small things, the little impulse purchases, throwing something extra in her cart. Now, she does that every now and then, but she doesn't do it enough for it to become a habit, because this could be the death of 1,000 paper cuts. She knows that she has to watch her subscriptions, because that is a money vampire, and it's going to bleed her dry slowly over time. For me, I have seen that I have to really monitor those small purchases, because they really do add up. I was going through my budget at the beginning of this year, and I was counting maybe 5 or 6 things that I could cut or cancel, and it saved me at least $100 for the whole month. I'm sure there's things in your budget where you're spending money that maybe you shouldn't be spending. If you're complaining that you don't have any money left over at the end of the week, maybe it's time to deep dive into your budget and figure out where's the bleeding occurring. Pretty sure it's probably a lot of small things that are eating away at you. Is it food that you're buying and you're wasting and throwing away? Is it clothes that you're buying that you're not actually going to wear? It's these little things, like these little impulse purchases. Buying something on Amazon, they go, oh, you can add another thing to your cart. Don't do it. If you didn't have the intention to spend that money, just save it and find something else better to do with it. That's what a smart woman would do. Oh, okay. So she will ask herself questions. Is this something I'm buying because I'm distracted? Am I bored? Is this just a habit? When you're realizing that you're buying things on impulse, start to ask yourself questions and get really curious on why you're doing it. And if you're finding that you're just bored and you need something to do, go find something else to do. And it might not sound like a lot, but that extra $100 over 12 months is going to add up to $1,200. So when you actually think about how much that compounds over time, how much extra interest you're actually going to earn on that money if you just choose not to spend it on small things that you don't actually need. A smart woman avoids a lifestyle inflation. So what does that mean? That means for every dollar you get in a raise or a promotion or a bonus, your expenses go up the same amount. So you actually still feel like you're broke, even though you're making more money. That's the feeling that a smart woman avoids. She knows that she has to actively avoid and actively choose not to participate in lifestyle inflation. This is something that I've been guilty of up until just a few years ago. Now, when I get raises and promotions, that money from what I was making to what I'm making now, I put that into investments, or I put that into a retirement. I do something to help build myself up financially. I'm not focused on looking wealthy on the outside. I am focused on actually being wealthy. When society is telling you, when you hit certain income levels, that you have to do X, Y, and Z, pay really close attention to that, because who is it actually benefiting? It's not actually benefiting you. The best thing to do at the end of the day is sit and think about, what you're going to do with those raises so it's actually pre-planned. If you know you're going to be getting a raise during the year, have a goal in mind of where you're going to put it and have those plans in place so that something else can't come in where that money is going to go right out the door. A lot of smart women have to learn hard lessons and understand that the more she can keep for herself, she's actually working towards financial freedom. And avoiding the lifestyle inflation is a huge way for her to get there. A smart woman avoids the lifestyle inflation trap by saving more, investing more, and planning for her future. And here's the thing, for everybody who's watching this and you're over 40, I just turned 40 this year, this is your sign that it's not too late to start doing this. I'm proof you can do it. I will say that it's so worth it. It has changed my confidence. It has made me be able to sleep so securely at night. I can go to the grocery store and not worry what I'm buying. I know that I have investments that are taking care of me. I have retirement that's in place. I have a savings account that has a down payment in it. All of my other safety accounts that I have. The peace of mind is priceless. I talk about money a lot, but a lot of the reasons why I have these videos is so that I can help you go from feeling insecure and stressed to feeling peaceful and whole and fulfilled through money. And the whole goal is actually to get to something that's priceless, which is kind of ironic. If you're liking this video, I would really appreciate it if you like it and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Thank you so much. It's just crazy, the system that we live in. And a smart woman knows that at the end of the day, freedom costs money. She says no to things that keep her stuck. And it could be anything really. People might look at this and say that saying no is a negative thing, but for her, saying no means she's saying yes to herself. She's saying yes to her dreams. She's saying yes to her goals. She's saying yes to be in a place where she's financially stable, and then she can actually help the people that she wants to help and who actually need her help. It used to be one of my dreams that I was going to create a college fund and a foundation. I'm nowhere close to that at this point, and my dreams have changed a little bit, but that's the whole thing with becoming financially stable and becoming financially free, is making sure that you can help the people around you, and you do have causes that you enjoy, and you do have things that aren't keeping you stuck. You have to have a plan along the way. You can't get derailed from your plan and have other people's agendas come in and steal things away from you, because at the end of the day, we're only here for such a short time. And if you want to leave a lasting impact, you have to follow your heart. You have to follow your soul. And a lot of times it means saying no to the things that don't feel right to you, that don't uplift you, that don't make you feel good, that don't bring you joy. I think that we need more joy in this world. And I really want to encourage the women who are watching this video to do something that helps you feel good. And maybe that something is saying no to something that is no longer serving you, that doesn't resonate with you anymore. And in turn, what that means is you get to find something to say yes to. Maybe you're saying no to like the processed foods that you've been wasting money on, the junk food. Maybe you're going to start saying yes to maybe more healthier choices. Maybe you're going to treat yourself a little bit differently and a little bit better, and just see how you feel. Now, that was just one example. It could be anything. That's something that actually my husband and I are doing, is we're trying to upgrade our food choices and our lifestyle a little bit so we can be healthier and lose some weight and feel better. But a lot of things start from the inside. If you're saying yes to a lot of things that aren't good for you, then you're not being true to yourself. And I encourage you to be true to yourself, and not in a mean way, not to make you feel guilty, not to make you feel bad, but very kindly and lovingly start to say no to those things that you already know aren't making you happy. You actually have permission to say no. I'm giving you permission, okay? This is actually the last video in my Smart Woman Manifesto, my love letter to you. In the past 4 videos in this series, we've talked about how smart women don't give up on their dreams. They maintain financial independence. They really value their time. Now, there are so many other things that I could talk about, but one of the most important skills, and the one that women truly have to master, is saying no, because that means she's saying yes to her peace. She's saying yes to her future. And most importantly, you're saying yes to yourself, and you deserve that. If you enjoyed this Smart Woman series, I would love to hear what was your favorite video. Join me again right here next week, where I'm going to be talking about why high earners still feel broke. What is up with that? Until then, I'm sending you so much love, so much encouragement. Have a really amazing week, and I will see you in the next one.